What's up everybody, it's Sean here, back today to give you a review of the Engineered Garments collaboration with Saucony on the Shadow Original Wingtip in these brown and black colorways. So first off, I want to give a huge thank you over to the folks at Saucony Canada for sending me both colorways of this recently released collaboration between Engineered Garments with Saucony. So in this collaboration, Engineered Garments infuses their Japanese flavored Americana style onto the classic Saucony Shadow silhouette. And the end result is something that's a cross between a sneaker and a dress shoe. So this pair released for a price of $180 US or $240 here in Canada, and they released in both a black colorway and a brown colorway. The packaging of the shoe is pretty simple. So this is a brown or natural colored cardboard box, and we have Saucony and Engineered Garments co-branding on the top lid. And then the rest of the box is kept pretty simple as well. And here's a look at the size tag. Inside the shoebox, it also comes with this canvas dust bag as well. So this is also kept in this natural cream color or off-white colored tone. And again, we have Engineered Garments and Saucony branding in the middle. So as far as the shoe goes, jumping right into the details, both of the pairs are crafted out of full grain leather. And I have to say, this is some of the best leather I've seen used on a sneaker coming out from one of the major brands. One thing to note though is the leather used on the black pair differs from the brown. So for the black colorway, it has a bit more of a glossy or shiny look to it, which I'd say gives it arguably more of a formal look. Whereas for the brown colorway, it feels a little bit more distressed. You can see how the top layer of the brown leather looks a bit like it's been sanded down, giving it more of a worn in and casual aesthetic. In either case, you'll see how it's done in this traditional wingtip style, and we have the serrated edges and brogue detailing on both colorways. Covering the eyelets, we have more of that same leather, and again, it features these serrated edges. Underneath this on the mid panel, we have more of that same leather with brogue detailing on it. And of course, this being a shadow silhouette, we do have the Saucony stripe with the 3 holes found on the mid panel of both sides of the shoe. Moving downwards, we have more leather with serrated edges and brogue detailing. And then at the very top of the heel, we have Saucony branding debossed across, whereas on the bottom, we have a tonal TPU heel clip, which gives you some structure and support around the back end of the shoe. In terms of laces, so the default pair of laces that they both come with is a waxed rope style lace, which gives the shoe a very formal look and feel. If you don't like these laces and you want to give the shoe a little bit more of a traditional sneaker look, they also come with flat tonal laces as well, but it's totally up to your personal preference. Underneath this, the tongues of the shoe are crafted out of that same full grain leather, and then on the top of the tongue, we have Saucony and Shadow branding debossed onto the leather itself. On the back of the tongues and the inner collar of the shoe, the leather that they use here is actual genuine leather. It's not synthetic leather that a lot of shoes often utilize in order to cut some costs. So this feels very soft and luxurious to the touch. And of course, this adds to the whole dress shoe inspired look and feel of these pairs. For the insoles, these come with leather-lined foam insoles, and you'll see how the branding is debossed onto the heel. And then if you flip the insoles over to the other side, you'll see how the heel has an additional layer of foam, which really maximizes the comfort, which I'll touch upon later on in this review. So the upper of the shoes sits atop this midsole, which is pretty basic. This is basically a dual stacked foam midsole, where it's a little bit more elevated on the heel. And then turning the shoe over to the bottom, so the outsoles here are crafted out of tonal rubber in brown and black respectively. We have a triangular shaped traction pattern that runs from heel to toe, and we have Saucony branding featured on the middle of the heel. So that breaks down the look and the construction of these pairs. And for those wondering about how these fit, these pairs do fit true to size. So in my case, I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. I got sent both of these in a size 10 and they fit me very comfortably. To give you guys a point of comparison, I usually have to go up half a size for a normal Shadow 6000, whereas I can go with a size 10 in some other Saucony models like the Pro Grid Triumph 4. So these didn't feel as snug as a Shadow 6000, and they felt very comfortable going true to size. Moving on to the comfort, so to my surprise, these were actually a lot more comfortable than I expected. It's not comparable to an actual performance running shoe or a lot of the shoes that Saucony has dropped as a lifestyle model, but considering this is more of like a dress shoe sneaker hybrid, the comfort was actually quite good. This is just a very basic foam. However, like I mentioned earlier, the insoles are quite padded, especially underneath the heel where we have that secondary layer of foam. So you can really feel that compression underneath your heels. I don't know about the longevity of that foam, but just from trying these on, my initial thoughts were that this is actually a decently comfortable model. So especially if you're comparing this to a traditional dress shoe, no question, your feet will be much happier wearing these. Finally, in terms of the quality and the craftsmanship, so this is really where these shoes shine, and the quality of the materials, I have to say, was very impressive. This is a step above anything you'd normally find from any of the major brands. The leather just looks, feels, and smells like it's very high quality, and it has more of a traditional dress shoe smell to it, as opposed to that glue smell that a lot of lifestyle sneakers have. So the quality was great, the build quality I thought was outstanding as well. So if you're looking for a comfortable, fairly priced sneaker dress shoe hybrid, I think this is a really solid option that you should consider. So with all that out of the way now, let me toss both of these on feet and I'll show you guys how these look. All in all, I think this shoe has a place and a time in everyone's wardrobe. Yes, obviously, considering how it looks, it's not gonna be like an everyday shoe unless you're someone that dresses up a bit more formally and goes to work every single day. But on a personal note, at my current age, I'm not really trying to impress anybody. If I'm going to a wedding, for example, I'd much prefer to rock something like this that can pass off as a dress shoe, but still having the comfort of a normal sneaker. So your feet aren't gonna suffer when you're wearing these for hours, and it still has a very stylish, formal look to it. So I think Engineered Garments and Saucony did a really great job on this collaboration. Again, this is not gonna be a shoe for everyone, but if you're looking for a sneaker that fits that formal style, then I'd recommend you guys to at least try them on and check them out in person. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about this Engineered Garments and Saucony Shadow Original Wingtip in this brown and black colorways? Between the two, which of the two do you guys prefer? For me, I really like the brown pair a lot more. I like the slightly distressed leather that the brown colorway has. The black one has much more of that formal, classic dress shoe look. Both pairs are great, but just personally, I like the look of the brown pair a little bit more. So leave your thoughts down below, and as always, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I'll link my social media accounts down below for you guys to check out and follow. And another huge thank you goes out to Saucony Canada for sending me both of these pairs. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll catch you all in my next video.